This best-selling author claims her husband was poisoning her.
Why would your husband want to kill you?
I'm worth a lot more dead than I am alive.
How she foiled his plot.
People are getting poisoned all the time. They don't know it.
You've all heard the saying, truth is stranger than fiction, meaning sometimes what actually happens is more bizarre than anything you could have ever imagined. Take, for instance, a best-selling fiction novelist who claims her husband tried to kill her by poisoning her. Today, the author is here speaking out on her mysterious health symptoms and how she says she finally uncovered the scheme. Take a look at what some are calling a modern-day Shakespearean plot.
A popular science fiction novelist says she is living her own real-life twisted romance drama.
Will a mythical power lead to salvation or total annihilation? From #1 best-selling author Sherrilyn Kenyon.
The author, who has sold over 70 million novels, is accusing her husband, Lawrence Kenyon, of poisoning her. The motive? Money and the value of her multi-million-dollar estate. For over 3 years, Sherrilyn says she suffered from mysterious health conditions, like her hair and teeth falling out, tremors, and even difficulty walking and talking. At first, doctors could not say exactly what was causing her symptoms. But then Sherrilyn says she began noticing her husband taking an interest in how she liked her food, something he had never done before. She also claims he would insist on her eating and drinking what he had brought her. Sherrilyn is suing her estranged husband, claiming, among other things, assault by poisoning, interfering with her business, identity theft, and conspiracy. Lawrence Kenyon denies all allegations. The sheriff's office is investigating, but so far, no charges have been filed. After 28 years of marriage, could this fantasy author be a real-life victim of an epic tale of family betrayal?
Choose a side to die for.
Sherrilyn Kenyon joins me now. Thank you for being here. When did you first realize something was wrong?
Well, the first time that I noticed was my fingernails, of all bizarre things, broke off. And, my hair started falling out. That was one of the really concerning things. Even my hairdresser was trying to explain, she was like, you need to get to a doctor. My mother had chemotherapy, and I hadn't seen hair come out like that,
Oh, it was that much?
Yeah. It really looked like my mother when she was having chemotherapy.
So while you're going through all this, what did you think was causing it?
I had no idea. I mean, middle age maybe. One of the things that they were saying was maybe menopause. Mm-hmm. Nobody had any answers.
What did your husband think was going on? You must have discussed it with him. Did he
I
seem
did.
concerned?
Not really. I mean, he thought, well, we're getting older, things happen. He got me vitamin supplements to take. He would order those offline. He'd be like, well, here, I did research. Try taking this. So, yeah.
But nothing was making it better?
Nothing.
Right, so you have made some strong allegations. I'm going to read through these, okay, one at a time. Mm-hmm. The first allegation is that there's missing money. Mm-hmm. What's going on there?
$500,000 of my children's money was wiped out.
$500,000?
$500,000. Yeah, over actually.
Right. You say your home was raided.
Yeah. My son and I came back from a trip. Went to one of the conventions that I go to for science fiction. My son and I came back from Biloxi, and furniture was gone, silver was gone. I mean, literally, he took everything he wanted. And that one of the strangest things that you come back and my hairbrushes were left up on the countertops, cleaned out.
Oh, because there's evidence in the hair.
Yeah.
Where was your husband when the house was robbed?
Oh, he had left. He left when I come back. He had left me a dozen flowers of roses on. I come back and they're on the countertop, which was not normal. And there's a card going, "I want to be married to you." And I'm thinking,
I'm sorry. What does it say?
"Oh, I want to stay married to you." And I'm like, "What?"
I want to stay married.
I want to stay married to you. He had left home. He had taken everything he wanted out of my house, left me these roses, and this card going, "I want to stay married to you." And on top of it was a handwritten note from the woman that he previously that summer had moved into our house against my wishes, and saying, "I'm sorry that you are having marital problems." I'm like, "Whoa, this is new to me." What?
So until you got that note saying, "I still want to be with you," was there? Usually, when you write that, there was an implication that there was a time when I didn't want to be with you.
Yeah.
Were you guys? Had you asked for a divorce? Had he asked for a separation?
No. That was the first clue I had.
That's more than a clue.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm like.
It's like a slap.
Yeah.
So you and your husband, if I understand correctly, been married theoretically happily for 28 years. You got 3 children, 3 wonderful kids. How have the children reacted to what's going on with the allegations that their father was trying to kill their mother?
Well, their first thing was disbelief. But the 2 that were there the whole time, they're going, well, Mom was really, really sick and now Mom isn't. So they know. I mean, there's no way to deny it. I mean, a year ago, I couldn't stand on my own. I couldn't walk.
So your husband left home and you got better?
Yeah, oh yeah. I started getting unbelievably better. I mean, I couldn't breathe. I was on a breathing machine. I was getting infusions.
Oh my goodness.
I was on a heart monitor for tachycardia. I don't have tachycardia anymore.
And how do you believe he was trying to hurt you? How was he poisoning you?
Well, my friend who's a toxicologist, the stuff that they found, she said that a lot of it can be done in ceramics. I know that the tutor was in ceramics. That was one of her hobbies. So a lot of the stuff can be found on Amazon, we've since learned. So that's one of the theories. We don't know. I know that when I was on one of the trips, I didn't come back on the scheduled time, so he called up my aunt going, Sherry needs to come back, we've got to feed her. Which is a strange, who calls your aunt going, we have to feed her? I'm a grown woman, I've been feeding myself since I was mastered the pincher grip.
Right.
So that was a very strange thing.
So more than being able to feed yourself, you built an empire. Entertaining us with wonderful novels, right? I would gather well-to-do, living comfortably. Why would your husband want to kill you? You guys have got everything.
The copyrights.
Copyrights to the books.
Copyrights to the books. I'm worth a lot more dead than I am alive.
Up next, what did doctors find in her system? Was she really poisoned? And who was responsible? We're back with best-selling fiction novelist Sherrilyn Kenyon. Sherrilyn claims her husband tried to poison her. She says her speech became slurred, she had tremors, her hair and teeth began falling out. In the midst of all these health issues, your husband files for divorce, which is also confusing to me because if he's poisoning you, he has to be there to poison you, so why would he divorce you at the same time?
Well, I'd started getting better. I'd started eating packaged foods, so I think that he got a little concerned, and I think that's why he jackrabbited out the way he did.
So by being away from your husband for a while, you were starting to feel better.
Right. And when I went back home, within about a week, those symptoms started coming back again. I lost the taste. And I was thinking it was allergies, because Tennessee is famous for having
So what
weird
makes
allergies.
you so certain? I mean, the allegations are big ones, that for 3 years he was poisoning you. What makes you so certain that this combination of symptoms, I grant you, are strange and bizarre, well, because he was trying to poison you?
They're completely gone. There's none of them. None of those have come back.
So even when you're in your own home, with him not there, you're not sick?
No.
Right. So Sherrilyn allowed us to look at her lab results, which I appreciate you sharing with them, because I wanted to actually know what the raw data would indicate, because these are allegations that are unusual, I'll say.
Right.
So let me show you the chemicals that were found in her body. Now, there's 2 classic ways we look for toxins. You can look at them in the blood, you can look at them in the hair. And they show you different things, right? So here's a list of all the different materials, right? Lithium, manganese, cobalt, there's all kinds of things here, right? And some of these chemicals are actually necessary for the body. The problem happens when the levels are too high. This next panel, right, were the ones that were found in very high levels. Some of them were the blood, some of them the hair, some were both of them, right? And again, there's different reasons you look in both. The next panel are the 3 of the most dangerous ones that were elevated. Barium was very, very high in her hair. It can cause stomach inflammation, loss of reflexes, progressive muscular paralysis. You wouldn't be able to walk if you had too much barium, for example, in your body. It can also create changes in heart rhythm, another symptom that you were having. I'm going pointing out possibilities. I can't prove that one was linked to the next. Platinum was high in both, really high in both, right? High in blood and the hair, and that's concerning because it means it really was there for a long time. It was there when they did the blood test as well. Intestinal tract irritation and skin irritation. And finally, mercury, which is so interesting because it was high in your blood. It caused memory problems, numbness, weakness, tremors. It's been linked to hair loss, tooth loss, a lot of things you were talking about. My mercury levels were a little bit elevated, and I got a letter from the State Department of Health. That's how worried the state was when my levels were a little bit high because I was eating a lot of fish. Yours was more than twice mine. I don't even know how you get a level that high without trying. So we don't know how a combination of all these things work together, But when I see it in the blood and in the hair, it means that it was there at the moment that they took your blood, like the mercury. But it also means, because it was in your hair grows slowly, it was there for a long time in your body. So they're accurate to tell us different things. Neither one by themselves is perfect. Do you really think he was trying to kill you, or do you think he was trying to weaken you, make you sick, change you?
I think in the beginning, some of it was control. And I think that as time went on, I think he moved to trying to kill me.
Right, so we reached out to Sherrilyn's husband for a response to these claims, and he provided a statement through his attorney. Here's what he said in part. There is no question that Sherrilyn is a brilliant fiction writer. It is apparent, however, that she has irreparably blurred the line between fiction and reality. He goes on to say, at this time, we do not know whether Ms. Kenyon truly believes these allegations or if she's using this newly filed civil complaint in an attempt to gain an upper hand in the party's ongoing divorce proceedings. Again, I want to emphasize at this time that no criminal charges have been brought against Lawrence Kenyon, your husband. You can read the full statement on our website. Your husband's arguing that you're doing this as a retaliation because he wants to divorce you. What's your response?
It's ridiculous. I mean, as soon as I found out about the poisoning, I went to the police, and the investigation's been going on the whole time. So this has nothing to do with this. I want justice.
So what finally compelled you, a very, very well-known woman, very successful woman, to go public on this?
But what I didn't realize is this is actually common. And, again, when I went to my doctor, I thought I was a little, I was concerned. When I went to have the lab done, the lab tech actually looked at me. She said, more times than not, it comes back positive. And apparently people are getting poisoned all the time. They don't know it. And this is very concerning. People don't know what the symptoms are, and because it's so hard to diagnose. If you're one of the people it's happening to, you need to be aware, because this is terrifying.
Are you worried about getting cancer?
My parents died of it, so yes. I mean, I'm a little more, yeah.
But because of these poisonings?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, thorium in particular, so yeah.
So I thank you very much for being here. I know it's hard to tell the story, and I do think you shine a light on the possibility that others may be going through this.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.